Welcome back. Time for our Capitol Report with Pat McGuigan of CapitolBeatOK.com. And of course, Pat, the obvious, we're going to talk about the first presidential debate, first of three. And really, it was kind of enjoyable to watch last night. I want to get your take on this. You watched every minute of it. Who do you think won the debate on substance?
Let's wait for these weekend polls, Saturday and Sunday. That'll be instructive to whether it shifts some numbers. However, this is one of those rare times that McGuigan, who I kind of pride myself in being a contrarian, I'm not going to be a contrarian on this. Mitt Romney was fabulous. He really did what he needed to do and maybe more. He was explicit, he was articulate, he was direct, he was substantive. It was red meat. And I think Romney won the debate. And this is one of those times that even MSNBC, my friends there, as well as other people, were kind of making the same observation, and that's what the focus groups are indicating. So I'm not a contrarian this time. Mitt Romney hit at least a triple.
And you mentioned on substance, style as well. He gets style points?
Yeah, he gets style points. And on the president, here's the thing. Again, here I am a contrarian. Okay. I kind of liked the president's conscious effort to evoke some of the spirit of his 2008, rhetoric and approach, which was to be more inclusive, try to find some areas of agreement. Of course, they both went back and forth on that. But I kind of salute that. Having said that, it was almost, I saw that some other analysts said stuff like this, and I agree, it was almost like you were waiting, for checking the watch like Bush the Elder did for people that don't remember that in his debate with Bill Clinton. It was like he was anxious to get out of the room. Seemed perturbed and agitated at times that he was having to deal with this. This was a different Barack Obama. And I'm speculating, but maybe that tape from several years ago, we were doing these dueling tapes and videos throughout the campaign. Maybe that tape had him upset because of the speech to the black preachers, which was very strident, and again, not what we've seen from Obama most of the time. So whatever it is, he was off his game.
Do you think that there was a lack of rehearsal, and how well rehearsed do you think both men were for this?
I think Romney was spectacularly rehearsed. Reagan in '84, after the first debate, told his guys, "You prepped me too much. Let me do it my way." And they gave him the briefing books. Nobody really knows how many of those he read, but that was the debate where he came out and had some great lines about his age in terms of Mondale. This was, whatever went into the preparation was effective, and Romney did a good job. The president, there's news stories from the mainstream press about the president not attending all of his national security briefings. And if you use that as an analogy, I bet you he attends them all between now and that foreign policy debate. If you use that as an analogy, though, I think you see an illustration of the president may have a problem of having not sufficiently focused on the fact that this is an election. It's not just a renewal of a mandate that he had 4 years ago.
What sort of surprises? Were there any surprises in your opinion?
I will tell you flat out, and former Attorney General Ed Meese agrees with me on this. We were both very surprised that the rule of law, the role of the courts, the Supreme Court, the judicial system was not more of an issue. It was tangential. They intended to get to it, but basically it got relegated to a few minutes at the end. Romney did well, pointing to the text of the Constitution, the Declaration behind him. It was a deft moment. The president has an expansive view of government, and I think that still came across in the debate, but I would have liked to have seen a little more discussion of the role of government. Frankly, that was a surprise. The president's I don't want to say inattentiveness. I want to just say that it didn't seem like the Barack Obama that a lot of people respect, even if they disagree with him. The likability factor on him, because he's glib in some ways, casual, easygoing. I didn't see that, and I was surprised at. Now, having said all this, I don't want anybody to misunderstand me as an analyst. This guy will retool. The second and third debates are going to be important. Do remember, though, there's 50 to 60 million people watched this.
Yeah.
The first debate is always the most important. It's why Jimmy Carter only wanted to have one debate, but it turned out to be a mistake. But the one debate that everybody watches, that's going to watch, is the first one. And I think that Romney did himself some good in this. Now we'll see what the polls this weekend are saying.
All right, well, you can read more about this and other topics at CapitolBeatOK.com. For Pat McGuigan, I'm Alex Cameron. Have a great Saturday.